Welcome to Fat Burning and Weight Loss for the Transform Your Body After Baby program, exclusively for that program. You won't need any equipment today, just you, a little bit of energy, and either a carpeted floor or an exercise mat. If you have one, we have 10 exercises. We're going to work through the whole of the body. They're mainly low impact exercises today. You will raise your heart rate, but we're also going to be toning the body as well. So we have some strength and sculpting moves too. Each exercise we'll do for about 15 repetitions or 30 seconds. And I will provide some modifications for some of the exercises, should you wish to choose the easier or more challenging options. So we're going to start with an easy warm-up. I'm going to turn sideways to you so you can see the position of the body and address your posture. So we want to stand tall with the feet shoulder width apart and trying to contract our lower abdominals, but keeping the ribs down. That's so important. So what you want to do is imagine you're zipping up a jacket and we want to line our ribs up with our hips. Okay, so ribs with hips and zip up an imaginary jacket from your pubic bone here upwards towards your chest. Now, as you do this, be careful that you don't grip your chest, lift your ribs, or tuck or squeeze or tense your bottom. Bottom relaxed, ribs down, okay, and just keep this upper body in particular relaxed and just a gentle zip. And that will try and contract your lower abdominals, create good posture. From here, we're going to take an easy squat by sitting back at the hips and then squeezing the glutes to come back up. Keep the hands just in front of your chest. And we're taking these squats easy because we're just warming up the muscles first of all. So we've got 8 more. Breathe out as you come up. 4 more. Keep the knees back, just level with the ankles. 1 more. Excellent, release. Now step the feet together. This time we're stepping back with one leg. Place the hands onto the hips and then step forward. Reverse lunge, taking the knee down towards the floor, keeping the front knee back. So what you don't want is to push the front knee forward. So aim to sit back and try and aim to stay vertical if you can. Now, if you can, raise the arms above the head and go slow on this one. Slow is better for the warm-up. So we can just work on the correct technique and perfect our form. 2 more. 1 more. Good, now hold this one, placing the knee down towards the floor and your left foot is forward. Place the hands onto the hips and bring your pelvis into a neutral position by rotating it forwards and softening the tailbone downwards. So tailbone in the base of the spine is going vertically down. 4 more, feeling a stretch in your hip flexor. 3, 2 more, 1 more, and step forward. Switch over, and this time I'll show you from the front. So we've got our feet on slight railway tracks, and then as we lunge down, we're going to tilt the pelvis. So in my case, my lower back is quite arched, so I have to really work on bringing my pelvis into a neutral position. Neutral just means that this area is pointing downwards into a V shape. All right, and it's flat. All right, it's not tilted back. So we're going to do 4 more. 3, and you'll feel a stretch through your hip flexor and psoas muscle here. 2 more. 1 more. And release, stepping forward. From here, from this position with the feet shoulder width apart, bring the hands in front of the chest, bend the knees slightly, and then just lower the chest down, not too far, back is flat, and then breathe out, come up. So you're kind of bowing, keeping the head lifted, shoulders away from your ears. You just want to protect the lower back here. So we go slowly, and then make sure you're breathing out to come up. And again, zip up the imaginary jacket. 2 more. 1 more. Good. And then I want you to come down, come forwards. Okay, and then just bend the knees, lift the heels, and take your hands to the floor. From here, with the heels lifted, just because it's a little easier and a little less stress on the knees, we're going to go side to side keeping the elbows onto the inside of the knee. Keep the chin lifted, and this is such a lovely dynamic stretch as part of our warm-up, just to finish up, to open out the hips. And if you can, if you have the flexibility, then sit right back into the heels and have your feet flat. Whoa. Okay, that's your decision, your choice, what's right for your body. You might find that that's a little too intense. All right, so that you can keep the heels lifted. 2 more, side to side. 1 more. And rest. Good, now take the hands just in front of your feet. Place the heels onto the floor. Gradually roll up through your spine, take your time, and then roll your shoulders back. Easy march on the spot, bringing the shoulders up and back. Knees bent, slightly soft. 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So we've woken up the body. So we're now going into the main exercise, and we're starting with exercise number 1, which is our reverse lunge, and we're rotating. So I'm going to show you on a slight diagonal. All right. So what we're doing is we're going to step back with our right foot. Hold it here. We're going to go side to side, keeping one hand on top of the other and the elbows bent, and then we're stepping forward. Change legs, and we go side to side. Come forward. And you always go to the side with the front knee bent first. Okay, so step back. And it really doesn't matter what leg you started on, because we're alternating. We'll do the same number of repetitions on both legs. Forward, and then we just pick up the pace a little. Now, if you're struggling with the balance, just place the hands onto the hips. All right, and knock out the rotation. Good, we've got 2 more. And coming back up, great stuff. We're going into a squat kick, so feet are shoulder width apart. Going to take that squat down at the hips and then kick up the leg. Squat and then kick. Squat and then kick. Now let's place the hands by the ears. And if you want to add a challenge, reach with the opposite arm forward to the kick. This will raise the heart rate, this one. 10 more. Good. Try and keep the chest lifted and really squeeze your glutes to come back up. Reach across. Last 4. Last 3. Whew. Last 2. 1 more. Excellent. Now we're coming down to the floor, onto our hands and knees. Shoulders are over the wrists. This should feel okay for you, even with diastasis recti. Just be sure to make sure you can't feel any strain at the midline or see any doming occurring, any kind of coning. All right, so gently zip up the belly button, tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the knees just a little bit, about 2 inches maximum. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, then lower. Lift, 1, 2, 3, then lower. So keep the toes tucked, and you're just pulsing up with the knees 3 times on every lift. Try and breathe out as you lift the knee. Breathe in as you lower. This really helps with the lower abdominals. Really helps with the overhang, which so many mothers call their poor stomach muscles. All right, that overhang, I hear it called. All right, so it's the lower abdominals. You're going to treat them kindly, especially if you had a C-section. Okay, they have been through some quite life-changing event. All right, growing a baby. So let's be kind to our stomach muscles. 2 more. 1 more. And release. And then we're going to walk the hands forwards in this position to make it comfortable, and for an easy transition, we're coming down to the floor and to our stomach. And this one's called the Super V squeeze. Super V squeeze, I love it. So we're going to raise the arms out. We're going to place the arms, the head, and the feet back down on the floor. Then we'll lift up. We're going to squeeze the elbows into the side. Feel this through your lower back, but it shouldn't be painful. You'll just feel the muscles contracting. Extend and lower. Lift, squeeze the elbows back, and lower. Good. 6 more. Really squeeze. Two more. One more. And rest. Great work. All right, so we're going to come back up now to standing to raise the heart rate back up. All right, and we're going to squat down. So the squats are going to be shoulder width apart with your squats. We're going to squat, and as we squat, the arms are going to come forward. And then as you come up, arms go back. All right, and then as you squat again, rotate the arms back. Arms up, arms back. Arms up, arms back. Good. I just do my own thing with the arms, in fact, as you can see, arms up. We keep it all loose. Arms up, arms come back, that's it. But what the arms do is just really get the heart rate lifting. And as you know, the squat is such a good move for you to do. It really works the whole of the body, especially our pelvis. Arms up, arms go back. 2 more. 1 more. Good, and rest, excellent. Now we're going back to reverse lunges again with a knee drive. So we're going to step back with the right foot and then lift the knee. We're going to stay on the right leg. Now if this is too much for you, just tap. Okay, so either the knee drive, and this will really get the heart pumping, or your tap, okay? Breathe out as you lift the knee, and that will help with your balance, and that'll help your transverse abdominis muscle, the one I talk about a lot. All right, stabilize your spine. We've got 6 more. Drive with the arms. 2 more. 1 more. Good, and rest. I'm going to change my angle so you can see from a different direction. Stepping back with the left foot now. Same thing. Drive with the knee or just tap. Your choice. Remember, your knees must be at a 90-degree angle. All right, the front knee must stay in line with your ankle or in line with your top of your shoelace, but never behind, never over the toe. 8 more. Remember, you have that tap option, all right, if you wish. 4 more. 2. 1 more. And rest. Excellent, love that one. Now we're going into a plie. That means your feet are wide and the toes are turned out. Okay, so from here, we're going to take the hands to the side of the head by the ears. We're going to plie down right here at the hips, keeping the knees turned out. The mistake people make often is for the knees to collapse inwards. Let's keep those knees out. From here, we're going to plie, come up and rotate, plie, rotate to the left. So you're coming up halfway to then bring the elbow down towards the thigh. Just be sure to keep the chest lifted so that you're not leaning too far forward. I'm getting warm, that's for sure. You'll feel your blood really circulating around your body. Got 4 more. Your heart rate lifting. And you're getting a glow on. 2 more. Last one. Good, and rest, coming back up. Great work. Now we have narrow squats. You'll like this one. You're going to take the feet closer together. All right, and we're going to just take a squat down. And as we come up, we just step, a squat down, and we step. Now with the arms, we're going to take it to a circle. So aim to do a deep squat. Bring the arms forward, circle them back as you're coming up. So a little to coordinate, I know, but just keep your arms relaxed. All right, you're just bringing them forward, rotating them backwards as you step up. Again, the arm movement adds the intensity. All right, and the fat burning, the delicious fat burning that we're doing today. Four more. 3. 2 more. 1 more. And to the left. Good, and rest. We have 1 more move before we repeat the sequence of exercises again. So we're going low taps. We're going to come down, keep the chest lifted, and you're tapping out to the side. All right, so staying low. Now with the pelvic floor, I don't want you to be feeling any strain, all right, in the pelvic floor muscle, low, or any downward pressure. So if you're feeling that, come up a little higher, otherwise stay low. With your breathing, never hold the breath, keep the breathing fluid. Don't worry too much about the breathing on this one. Just keep breathing. Good, stay low. This is a great one for the glutes, the pelvis, and the lower abdominals. 8 more. 5. 4 more. Shoulders back. 2 more. 1 more. And rest. Well done. Take a drink of water if you need one here. All right, let's have a little walk around the room. Whew. Go one direction, and then avoid getting dizzy. We go back the other direction. Great. All right, so we're getting back to the first exercise, repeating all those 10 exercises all over again, okay? So I'm going to show you again from an angled position, and we're going for the reverse lunge first of all. We're reverse lunge, I'm going to step back with the right leg. Have your arms up high, either your hands in a prayer-like position or one hand on top of the other, but the elbows need to be out high, level with your shoulders. Let's begin. Rotate to the right, left, step back, change legs. Rotate left, right, come back. Oh, rotate to left, right, come back. You know what, it doesn't matter too much. It's really not super important which way you rotate first. I prefer to rotate first the front leg, just to gives a little bit more stability, but it can be individual. You just want to make sure you've got proper form. You're trying to keep the body vertical, not lean forward too much, and you have a 90-degree angle at the knees, and you want to really try and contract those thigh muscles. That's what we're targeting here, as well as lifting the heart. And we're working to the side of the waist, so you don't need to rotate too far. For diastasis recti, just 45 degrees is fine. You want a little rotation, not too much. But remember, you're rotating in everyday life as you put things on shelves and you put things away and you take things off shelves and put things back on. All right, 2 more. Last one. Standing back up, great stuff. Back to the squat kicks. Go straight in, so squat, kick. Take the hands by the ears, and then if you want the extra challenge, reach your opposite arm forward. Show you from the side, chest is lifted. Four more. 3, 3. 2 more. 1 more. And the left leg kicks and come up. Well done. Whew. Heart rate lifts, right? Okay, coming down to the mat. Onto your hands and your knees. Tuck your toes under. Lift the knees with pulse for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lower. Breathe out. Breathe in. And number 6. Keep going. Keep the shoulders over the wrists. We have 5 more. 3 little pulses up. 1 down. Two more. Last one, breathing out. Breathing in. Hey, excellent work. Excellent work. So I can get my words out. Okay, let's lie down onto our front. The super V squeeze. Taking the hands forward, extending your arms, take your forehead down to the floor. Legs and arms are down onto the floor, and so is the forehead. Then you will lift the arms and the legs. A little squeeze in the lower back. Bring the elbows towards your rib cage. Extend the arms and lower. Lift. Good, and lower. You'll feel a little squeeze in the bottom. All right, the butt as you lift. This also works those glutes. Be mindful that you're not craning your head up. Breathe out as you lift. Two more. 1 more. Good, and rest it down. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, push the body off the floor, with the hands towards your knees, tuck, and slowly come up to standing. Great work. We're going back to the squats with the arms up, and then squat and arms back. All right, so let's squat down. All right, as you squat, arm up, and then squat, arms go back. Arms up, arms back. Squat, up, squat, arms back. You got it. And you can add a little lift of the heels if you want to make this version or this round a little bit more intense. On your squats, be sure to keep the chest lifted. We have another 5. Another 4. Two more. 1 more. And rest. Great. Reverse lunges with the knee drivers next. I'm showing you this from the side. So we're going to step the feet together. We're going to step back with the right leg first of all. All right, and then drive the knee up. And pump the arms. Now your option is to tap for a sort of modification, an easier option if you feel unstable. 10 more this leg. One more. Good. Let's change to the other leg. Show you this on a slight diagonal. All right, so step, knee comes up. Or tap, your choice. Great for the lower abdominals. Last 6. Two more. 1 more. And step. Well done. All right, so the pliés. Step with the feet wide, toes turned out. Knees turned out. And we're playing down, taking the hands to the side of the head. As you come up, reach over, elbow to thigh, and left. As you get tired, you might want to lean forward. Try to resist that. Try and keep upright. Breathing out as you reach. Nearly there. Three more. Each side. Last two. Last one. And come up. Excellent. Oh, it gets me that one. All right, now a squat. So standing with the feet together this time, sitting back at the hips, that's so important. All right, we're stepping to the side as we come up. So now a squat and step with the arm circle. Sitting back at the hips. Arm circles, really make those strong. Strong and fluid. Try not to fling the arms, really control. Good. Stretching from the side. And also on a diagonal. So you can just see the movement and know that you're performing it correctly by just looking at the position of the body. Sitting back at the hips is important. Keeping the knees above the ankles is equally important. Last four. Last three. Last two. One more. And rest. So good. Our last exercise before we take a stretch. All right, sitting back at the hips. Come low. Hands in front of the chest. Stay with the toe taps. Now let's add the arm movement coming out to the side if you wish, or just hang out with the hands in front of the chest. The lower you go, the more intense it will feel through the thighs. Good. We had 8 more. Last 4, 3, 2, one more. And you did it, well done, so good. Let's come down to the floor, turning onto one knee, and then onto the other knee, and sitting onto your hip. Bring your legs around to the side, and rise or lower down onto your forearm, and taking the legs out straight to the side. Now, bend this top leg, bring the foot back, bring the knee forward, place the hand over the foot, and then bring the leg back. Bend the bottom leg too to make it more comfortable, and be sure to bring your hips forward. Extend the leg back if you want to increase your stretch. Remember, you never want to stretch, you never want eloquency, please Vicky, or want a stretch to be painful. You want to feel it. Sometimes it might be a mild discomfort. All right, but it wants to feel good. Release. We'll switch sides. Resting on the left forearm. Take the leg straight. Pick up the top foot. Place the hand over the foot. Bend the bottom leg. And then make sure that you bring your shoulder in and bring the leg back. Stretching from the knee up towards the hip. Breathing in, breathing out. And then release. Roll over onto your knees. And then just take your knees apart. You want about a palm distance between your knees. Sit back at your hips. And then try and extend your hands and your arms forward. And then taking your forehead gradually down to the floor. If you can, if not, just hang out here Again, it just depends on your flexibility between your shoulder blades and your upper back. You may be able to get the forehead to the floor, you may not. Do not worry. We are just lengthening the spine here. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, and then gradually, if you have your head on the floor, gradually pick your head up. Otherwise, lift your head and then come back into the hands and knee position. And then bringing the knees round in front of you, we'll finish with a glute stretch. So we're going to rest onto our hands behind us, feet flat onto the floor. Just roll back slightly, not too much. Bring the right foot over the left knee, and appreciate that can be a little uncomfortable for some. So you might want to just extend your left foot forward, all right, to make the range of movement easier. Sit up tall where you can and aim to get the knee down and out to the side. But again, if that's really uncomfortable, bring the knee towards the chest. Chest is lifted. I love this stretch. You'll feel it right through here, through your glutes. And then bring that foot off the knee, and we'll repeat the process. I'll show you from this direction. Repeat the process with the other glute, so the foot comes over the knee. And again, walk this foot away to give you more space should you need to, if that feels uncomfortable. Try not to press into the hands too much. Keep the hands flat onto the floor, or just cup the hands so you're resting on your fingers, but without placing any stress at your wrists. Shoulders back. I'm going to walk this foot away a little, make this a little more comfortable. Chest lifted, knee out to the side. Breathing in, breathing out. So remember, never hold the breath in a stretch. And release. And that can count as your stretches for today. All right, so no need to worry about doing them a little later. I just want you to take a seat now while we finish off and just clear the mind. So place your hands below your rib cage. Take a deep breath in. All right, so what we want to do here is try and expand the rib cage laterally. Don't worry about thinking too much about what you've got to do here. You haven't got to do anything, you just want to feel the breath. And then as you breathe out, feel your ribs just relax and recoil down. Breathing in. Trying to let the lungs expand laterally, sideways, and then breathing out. Shoulders down, chest down. One more time, breathing in. Close the eyes if you wish, and then breathing out. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me today. From my heart to yours, I'll see you on our next video class. Good luck with the program over the weekend. And remember to check in with me at any time should you have a question or need motivation with anything. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day or your evening if you're watching the replay.